The clock in the room stopped at 3:07 a.m., a silence so dense pressed against the walls it felt like the house had swallowed its own breath. The air carried the faint, metallic taste of something long dead. Moonlight leaked through the curtains like silver blood. Her eyes snapped open, sensing something had been watching her for hours. The shadows in the corners were thicker than they should have been. The bed's wooden frame groaned softly, though she hadn't moved. A cold draft licked the back of her neck, though the window was shut. The darkness beneath the bed seemed deeper than the rest of the room. She told herself not to look, not to lean over, not to see. But the sound came again, soft, wet breathing from below. Her skin prickled with the slow crawl of dread. A whisper seeped from the darkness, low and childlike. "I know you're awake." Her throat closed, her breath caught in shards. The whisper came again, closer. "It's so lonely down here." She clutched the blanket, pulling it to her chin. The bed shifted just slightly, like something moving underneath. She wanted to scream, but feared what might answer. The air thickened, pressing against her chest. She heard nails dragging against the floorboards under her. Long nails? Slow, deliberate. "You dropped something." The voice sang in a cracked, playful tone. Her heartbeat thundered in her ears. She hadn't dropped anything. A pale, skeletal hand slid from beneath the bed, palm up. It stopped just short of touching her ankle. The skin was stretched thin, like parchment over bones. The nails were black and chipped. She bit her lips so hard she tasted blood. The hand withdrew, vanishing into the black beneath. Silence again, unbroken, unbearable. Her mind whispered the same thought over and over. "If I look, it becomes real." The mattress dipped on one side. Something was climbing up. The spring sighed as weight pressed down. She dared not turn her head. The smell of rot filled the air. Hot, rancid breath fanned against her cheek. A voice rasped directly into her ear. "I'm not under the bed anymore." She bolted upright, but there was nothing beside her. The room was empty, too empty. The door was now closed. She didn't remember closing it. The mirror across the room caught her reflection. Except she wasn't alone in it. A tall, eyeless figure stood behind her reflection, but not in the room. It grinned with a mouth far too wide, teeth jagged like broken glass. Its bony hands rested on her reflection's shoulders. She couldn't move. Her reflection's lips whispered something she couldn't hear. The glass began to ripple like black water. Her reflection was being pulled into the mirror. She stepped back, but her heels touched nothing. The floor was gone. She fell backward into darkness, arms flailing. The last thing she saw was the underside of her bed, rushing up to meet her. It was not dust she landed on, it was flesh. Dozens of pale faces stared up at her from the dark floor, mouths sewn shut. Hands reached for her, clawing, dragging. The eyeless figure crouched over her, smiling without lips. It leaned close, its voice now inside her skull. "Now you're under the bed."